Recent polls regarding Donald Trump have been heavily discussed and analyzed. Many explore his approval ratings and how the American public views his performance. A poll taken near the end of 2018 showed that Trump had an approval rating of just under 40%. More recent polls, released this summer, show his approval rating to be the lowest of any president in 70 years. Republicans, meanwhile, remain largely supportive of Trump, with most showing support for approval ratings in around 75 to 80%. Democrats, emphatically, are less supportive of the president and his policies, with disapproval ratings climbing steadily since early 2018. A favorable view of the president or his policies, among Democrats, has slowly diminished. Despite all of this, Donald Trump's overall approval rating has remained fairly steady. This is because of the widespread support among Republicans and lack of approval by Democrats. His approval rating among Republicans is still almost universal, with only a slight dip seen in recent months. This, combined with unabashed disapproval from Democrats, has allowed his overall approval rating to remain low but stable. While Trump has never been viewed favorably by the majority of voters, his base remains loyal and actively engaged. This dynamic has been reflected in Trump poll results and what these results really mean. It can be argued that the president is popular enough with key segments of the population to remain in office. A closer look at the polls reveals that most questions are focused on Trump and his policies, rather than the Republican Party. This reveals that the Republican Party isn't necessarily the driving force behind the president's relatively low approval ratings. Trump polls also include questions about the economy, a question that has divided Americans for years. The results of the polls show that there is still a significant divide among Americans regarding Trump and his policies. It appears that a large number of Americans do not have a favorable view of the president and are likely to disapprove of his policies. On issues such as the economy and immigration, the poll results show that there is a majority of respondents who do not agree with Trump's policies. It is also interesting to note that most of the questions asked in the polls can be summarized as being either favorable or unfavorable towards the president. This demonstrates that the decision-making power lies largely in the hands of those who do or do not approve of the president. Many of the polls also focus on how the American public views Trump's ability to lead. The poll results demonstrate that a majority of Americans are not confident in Trump's ability to lead the country. On many questions, the poll results are roughly divided, with a slight majority expressing opinions that are unfavorable towards the president. These poll results suggest that a majority of Americans are not pleased with the direction of the country and the current president.